Good morning, I'm Ryan and welcome back to my channel. I celebrated my 39th birthday last week. I cannot believe how fast the last 10 years or 15 years have gone. In the months leading up to my 39th birthday, I've been reflecting on the last 20 years, thinking back to my life in my early 20s versus now. There's a few things that really stood out to me that I wish I would have known earlier, and I wanted to share those with you today. And hopefully you can learn and take something away from this video and apply it to your life. The first thing that I wanted to share is I wish I would have been smarter with money. As I'm almost 40 now, I realize how important saving for the future is. Looking back in my 20s and even my early 30s, there were definitely a lot of money that could have been saved or set aside instead of impulse purchases or unnecessary things that I spent my money on, such as clothes, shopping, going out to eat, going out with people. And I wish I would have set some extra money aside instead for investments. Investments are really important to save for our retirement and future years. And I wish I would have taken the time to realize that and had started investing and saving more money in my 20s. Also, for the last few years, I've been using a budgeting app. I use the EveryDollar. I think it's by the Ramsey family, Dave Ramsey, and I use the free version. I really do like it because every month I create a new budget for us, which is essentially just going in and adding our expenses that I know that we have. So at the first of each month or just before the first, I'll put in all the expenses that I know we'll have that month, such as the mortgage, our child care, our internet, and our subscriptions like Netflix and Hulu, things like that. And I also right away budget our money for our savings account. So anything that we decided that month to save and invest, that's already taken out and accounted for. And then each month as we spend money, as we buy groceries and gas, things like that, I add it into the app and I make sure that we're not spending more money each month than we're bringing in. And again, that includes already setting aside money for our savings. This has been really helpful in the last 4 years. I think I've been using this app just to really keep us on track. Prior to using this app, we did not use anything for budget. So we did not track how much we were spending. And I will have to say that I honestly was not aware of how much we were spending each month. I think that using a budgeting tool or keeping track of purchases is a really honest way and really eye-opening just to see what you're spending money on and realizing how quickly the money goes when you see it like that. And then it's also something to look back on to see, where we could have improved or where maybe we didn't need to spend that money and could have saved instead. So let me know if you try it or if you currently are using a budgeting tool. I'd like to hear from you. In the last year or two, I've really been trying to limit and avoid impulse purchases. If I really want something, I try to wait 24 or 48 hours before purchasing or buying that item. Oftentimes, I will add it to a list on my phone of things that I want or thinking about. I just save it and set it aside for later as a reminder of something that I had wanted to possibly look at, go back to, and purchase in the future. Or if it's something online, I will add it to my cart, like in Target or the Amazon website, and save it for later and wait on that purchase. And oftentimes I don't even go back and ever purchase those items, and those could have all been impulse purchases, but instead I waited on buying them and really ended up realizing that I don't need those products or things in my life. I still have some downfalls to impulse purchases, definitely, and unnecessary spending. One of my biggest weaknesses in shopping is fitness clothes and workout clothes. I'm obsessed with fitness clothes and just having like Athleta and Lululemon, Fleo. I like the brand name fitness clothes, so that's definitely a weakness of mine. Also, I love books and I like looking for new books, exciting, fun books to purchase. I should use the library more, but I don't because of my limited time. I just like having my books on hand of what I want to read and enjoy and being able to finish that whenever I want to rather than having a due date. So I do end up purchasing a lot of books, and these are all the books that I have currently on my reading list and on my bookshelf to read. Once I read them, I typically give the book away, which is good. So I share it with someone else to read and continue passing along. So I feel like that is a decent purchase in a roundabout way. For my 39th birthday, I did make an impulse purchase, which is totally random, but I bought myself this little Raven lamp. It is adorable for my desk. Found this in a Wayfair magazine and I flipped through it and love this lamp. So I did buy this for myself for my birthday and I love it. He's really cute. The second thing that I wanted to share is that I wish I would have been smarter about sun safety. I was a teenager and in my early 20s, in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I grew up during a time where tanning beds and tanning facilities became really popular and were just sprouting up everywhere. So I, of course, went into tanning beds consistently in my late teens and my 20s, unfortunately. And when I would go out or go to the beach, I would very rarely put on sunscreen. Looking back, I wish I would not have done any of that. I wish I would not have used tanning beds and avoided tanning at all. And I wish that I would have used sunscreen every day. I have started wearing sunscreen consistently and daily on my face starting about my mid-30s. I wish that I would have worn sunscreen on a regular basis starting in my 20s. Number one, for skin cancer prevention, obviously. And number two, the aging of my skin and wrinkles. I can really see the effects of that sun damage on my face and on the back of my hands. You know, I have these sunspots or this photo damage that I don't like and can hopefully prevent this from getting worse in the future by continuing to wear sunscreen. So I do put on sunscreen every day on my face for sure to hopefully prevent future and further damage. I do have a few favorites. I have on this sunscreen. It has that tinted color to it, so it really blends into the skin. And then for everyday use, I feel like that I don't need foundation or anything else with it. The third thing that I wish I would have known earlier in life or thought more about is the importance of taking care of our body. So when we're born, we're given this body and only one body, and it doesn't come with an owner's manual. So it's on us to figure out how to care properly for our body. As I've gotten older and approaching 40 and then next 50 and 60, I realize that I want to be a healthy individual and want quality years rather than quantity. Of course, I want quantity years as well, but I hope that when I get to my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, I'm still active, able to move how I want to, able to do the things that I want to, travel in retirement. And I realize that taking care of my body now and even in my teenage years or in my 20s, which again, I wish I would have started this earlier, that is super important because we hope to prevent those future problems and maintain that health throughout our life. We only get one body in our lifetime, and it's really up to us to take care of our body to the best of our ability. When I was in high school, I was not active. I did not eat healthy. I did not know any of the information that I know now. I luckily figured out these things kind of in my mid-20s and have been making healthy changes since. So this has really been a learning process along the way, which I hope that I can help you further with through my videos as well. I've learned that when I eat healthy and exercise on a regular basis, I do feel so much better than if I didn't do those things. The fourth and last area that I wanted to share that I wish I would have known when I was younger was that I think life actually gets better as we get older. I remember when I was 17, 18 and graduating for high school, I dreaded this point in my life. I thought I never want to get older. I don't want to wear those clothes. They look so old and not cool. And now thinking, you know, I'm almost 40, I like how I dress. I like how I am. And I feel like life is more enjoyable and I'm happier now than I was in my early 20s. I also feel with age comes confidence. I, looking back, was so shy in high school. So fearful of gym class, socialization. I just, it was not good. And I think in my early 20s and more so in my 30s, I've really come out of my shell and really enjoy socialization. And I would have never started a YouTube channel in my 20s. Good for you who do that, but that would not have ever been me. But I think that we kind of change over those years. We're always changing, growing, and improving our life, trying to get better, know more. And I really think that just comes with age. I think that comes with learning over those years. And I honestly do like myself and my life so much more than I did 10 years ago. So I also hope that continues. And I think that's helpful to know in your 20s when you're kind of dreading getting older, thinking about life, or maybe not thinking about your future, that it is actually really neat to age and kind of see yourself change and dwell back on what things you've accomplished and those prior regrets and future dreams as well. So I've really learned that confidence in our bodies and in our skin does develop with time as we figure out who we are as an individual and really become who we were meant to be. Again, these were just based on my life experiences and things that I've learned along the way. Please let me know if you want to add any to my list, or if you have tips for me as I approach my 40s, 50s, 60s, etc. I'd love to hear from you and what other suggestions and ideas that you have. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.